Hey Plannerets, welcome to my 30-day Mindful Messy March challenge where I'm showing up every day, embracing the messy and just doing the thing, whatever the thing is. So for day 2, I really need a serious brain dump and I want to make a habit of doing a weekly brain dump to help clear my mind and then help me get ready for the new week. So a good brain dump, what it can do is it can help you get a little bit more focused, get things done, or even relax. So I'm bringing you along as I do a real-time 10-minute brain dump. So I'm going to put a timer on the screen so you can either brain dump with me or come back a little bit later when you're ready. There's no overthinking, just getting everything out of my head and onto paper. So if your brain feels overloaded too, grab a pen, your planner, or just a piece of scrap paper, copy paper, whatever it is, and I want you to do this with me. I've got my A5 Filofax Domino Soft Planner in the duck egg. Now, I do have a brain dump printable that you can use yourself. It is free, so you can either sign up to my free weekly email newsletter and you'll get a copy of this plus many more free printable download. And also you can join my Plannerets community where we continue more the discussion, share your wins, your challenges, your struggles. It's a warm community of lovely women, and I think there's maybe a couple of men in there too. All the details are in the link, so make sure you do check that out. I'll do a brain dump with you for 10 minutes, so you can do it for less time, but I'll put the timer on screen. So get everything out of your head. And then if there is nothing else in there, the rest of the time, I just want you to do nothing. Don't be on your phone. Just sit there and let your mind wander. Because then what will happen is you might think up of some more stuff to write down in your brain dump. The key here is to write down everything that's on your mind. Tasks, worries, ideas, things you've been meaning to do, reminders, random thoughts. Just let it all out. As the name suggests, just dump it. Doesn't have to be grammatically correct. It could be one word, two word. Doesn't even make sense for anybody else. Does not matter. No structure, no second guessing. Just pop it all down on paper. Now, if you are watching right now and you're not ready yet to brain dump, come back. I'm going to put in the description the timestamp of when the timer comes on. So if you're ready, or you can just, for the next 10 minutes, doodle in your planner, make your planner pages pretty. I'll see you after the 10 minutes. Well, there you go. 10 minutes. Remember, the brain dump not only help you focus, release the declutter, and make things a little bit clearer, but it's also a way for you to be mindful, to focus on the moment, get it down on paper. What it does is it gives you that space. It's great that we've got it down here, but then if we don't make the next step, what will happen is it'll probably make its way back into our brain. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to write down what we need to do next, sorting out what we have written down on paper. What we're going to do when we're categorizing is we're going to make sense of it all. So instead of just letting it sit there and stress us out even more, I'm going to go through 4 categories that I want to group them. And then that way it's going to be easier for me to take the next small actionable step. I'm going to do 4 categories. You can color code it any way you want. For me, let's say green would be what's to do in the next 1 to 2 days. So when you go through your brain dump list, what are the things that needs to be done today or tomorrow? And then you're going to highlight or circle it in green. Once I've written this down, we'll come back to my own brain dump list and I'll show you some examples of how I'm going to categorize it. Maybe for me, blue, I'm going to use my blue highlighter to highlight the things that I want to do within the week. Okay, so it's not urgent, but it's something that I would like to get done within the week. Within the week. If you're in the middle of the week till Sunday, or the week is the next 7 days, again, categorize it in a way that makes sense to you. So then the next category that I'm going to do, maybe purple. So pick whatever favorite highlighter color. So purple maybe is to do within the month. So it could be March again, or within the next 30 days, whatever will make sense to you timeline wise. And then the other one, we're not categorizing, but we're going to color code. What we're going to do is we're going to put a big line through something that we need to let go of. So maybe if there's something that you've wanted to, you're like, yes, I need to do, but then really you go, am I really going to do it at all? And it's like, no, cross it off and tell yourself, don't worry about it. It doesn't matter. In the big scheme of things, it does not need to be done. And then anything else that I've written down, majority of the time, they're the worries, the anxious thoughts that we have. It's all the negative things that we have said to ourselves because we're either overwhelmed, we're just tired, or we're just cranky. Those things we're going to cross off, because what we do before we cross them off is we're going to challenge them. Really? Are we really a failure? Well, no. I turn up every day at work. I'm friendly to my workmates. I look after the children. The children aren't starving. So we're gonna cross off things that it's just in our head that's making us limit our beliefs that we are good people, that we are doing a good job. This is my color code. Color it any way you want. So this we're going to use to help categorize all that brain dump that we did for the 10 minutes. So I'm going to go through a few different examples of the things I have on here. And so as you can see from my own brain dump, it's just everywhere. I've just put little dots, like little bullet points, and then just fit it in wherever. If you go and watch back the timer, there'll be times that I'm looking around my house and I'm going, what sort of thing do I need to do? Because remember, your environment as well affects the way you feel. So if you feel like your place is cluttered, it's a mess, maybe tidy things up. You don't have to tidy up the whole house. You can put the timer on for 2 minutes and empty one of your kitchen drawers, and then if 2 minutes done, put it all back and you can do another 2 minutes the next day. That's why you would see that I'm like looking around, what else? I sat back, there was nothing else in my mind, and then I went back and then it's like, oh, what about this? All right, so I'm going to get the highlighters I'm using today are the Zebra Mild Liner from that color coding. The green, the blue, the purple, it's the pink for the red. What you'll do is you would just go down the list and go, all right, so I know tomorrow I need to reply to an email. So I'm just going to circle that. And then newsletter topic, I write a newsletter each and every week. So I don't need to do that today or tomorrow, but I know I need to do it within the week. So I will go and circle that in blue, which is my color code. All right, so do the nails. Do I need to do my nails? They are looking a little bit manky. Do I need them to do them today? Maybe not tomorrow. So I know it's not a today, tomorrow thing, but I know I need to do it within the week. So then I'll do blue. So you just go down the list. Now, if there's some list that you have that's neither today, tomorrow, neither for the week or for the next month, as you can see in my previous brain dump, some of them I've left. So maybe I'll go back to it and see if some of these things that I had written down in my brain dump is the same thing that's in here. What I can do is I can cross these ones off. So then I don't have to worry about it anymore. Okay, so you don't have to categorize everything because we want to make it simple. We don't want to overthink it. We don't want to make ourselves even more anxious. You don't have to categorize everything. Just leave it in there like I did, and then maybe I'll come back. And then if the same thing shows up again and again, week in, week out, or when you're doing your brain dump, that's when you can go, does it really matter if I do this or not? Maybe not. I can can now cross it off because I keep moving it week in, week out, month in, month out, and I know I'll never get it done. So why worry about it? Cross it off. The next thing is purple was within the month. Okay, so here's the one. I need to catch up with husband to find out where we are with finding a support worker for Zach. So that's what you do. You just go through everything. I need to reply to an email. So it's either today or tomorrow. I will go through my planner, whether you plan on a daily basis or a weekly basis, then you write it down there. Okay, so you're transferring this brain dump list where it's all a big mess, all a clutter, all over the place, is we're now going to make sense of it. So then it's not in our head worrying us and bouncing around and they go, oh, what do I do? Is taking small actionable step. So we go, all right, well, I'm going to put that reply. Okay, reply to adding. And then things that are blue, which are done within the next week, I will go through my weekly planner. So if you have your weekly planner sorted, let's have a look. So for March, I have my calendar, I have my daily journal, and then I will put it in here. So let's see, one of the things, newsletter topic. So I know I need to come up with a newsletter topic this week or the new week, and I will put that on here. Let's say by Tuesday, write out newsletter topic outline. So see how the next 1 to 2 days, you write it in your daily planner. The things that's within the week, you write it out on your weekly planner. And things are like falling into place like a little jigsaw puzzle. That's rather than all these, bits and pieces everywhere that's cluttering up your mind. You are now taking one small step at a time. That's like 2 to 3 things that probably going, oh, I got to remember that. I got to remember that. I got to remember to reply. Oh, I got to remember this. I got to remember that. If it's in there, and if you're like me, going through perimenopause, brain fog, you'll forget, and then you go, oh no, I didn't reply. Oh no, then you're adding more anxiety and more overwhelm on top of everything else. So remember, I had purple is to do within the month. Guess what? You have a calendar. You will pop that stuff in there. So you go to your calendar and you go, all right, let's say one of the things here. What are things that are on here? Clean the fridge. I need to clean the fridge. It's not bad. So it's not a next 1 to 2 days, not this week because I got a busy week. I know I have to do it within the month. So I'm thinking maybe in a week or two. So for me to not have to worry about trying to remember that, so let's put purple. All right. So let's say clean the fridge. It's not the next 2 days. It's not the next week. So then if you have a calendar and you have a little space to put it there, in my calendar here as part of my Ultimate Planner bundle, the left-hand side has lines for tasks that you want to do within the month but are not date specific. Okay, so I'm going to put here, clean the fridge. And so once I've done that, I can, like this one, I can just cross it off. So then in my head, I have decluttered it. I do not have to worry about it anymore. And even seeing this brain dump from last week, even seeing things crossed off, gives you that sense of accomplishment. All these tiny little steps of writing things down on paper, categorizing it, putting it in your daily planner, putting it in your weekly planner, putting it in your calendar. All you're doing is like you're a conductor, your music conductor. You go, okay, stop the rest of the orchestra. I just want to hear the violin. Right? So it's just focusing on one thing at a time. And then, of course, if there's anything on there in our little category, cross it off if it's not true. If it's a self-doubt, if it's a limiting belief, or if it's a thing that really in the scheme of things, I probably won't do it or I don't want to do it. So cross it off. Do not let it take space in your brain anymore. Kick it out. You're evicted. You're no longer renting here. So I'm going to go through that on my own, but do the same. So whatever color code that you have in whatever category, remember the category can be things to do in the next 1 to 2 days, things to do within the week, things to do within the month. Now, anything else that's not within those 3 categories, we're going to put it in the list of stuff. So the stuff are things that we know we want to do, but we don't know yet when, or we don't know what the outcome is. So in this 30 30-day Mindful Messy March challenge. That'll be one of the days. So I'll show you how to use the list of stuff, where to park things that I know I want to do in the future, in the near future, but I don't want to do them this month or this week or in the next 2 days. But I will put a link to that video up here because I do have one on how to get things out of your head down on paper that you don't know yet what to do with. Why brain dumping works is you're going to feel a lot clearer. Brain dumping isn't just about getting things out of your head, it's about making sense of it all. In your head, it's all a clutter. On paper, you can see it. You've given yourself a little bit of space and you're a lot more rational about it. You can then decide what actually matters out of all this list. What's going to happen is tomorrow, I'm not going to wake up feeling overwhelmed because I know at least for the next 1 to 2 days, or at least for the next week, I have 1 to 2 things that I have a game plan for. If you try this along with me, let me know in the comment section what category had the most things for you. So where you felt overloaded with urgent tasks, or did you realize some of the things could wait? So here you are, you've been worrying about it all week, when in actual fact, I don't need to look at it until next week. Or I don't need to look at it until later in the month, but it's been taking up so much space in your head, in your brain, making you worried all this time, when in actual fact, I'll just put it aside for the moment. I have it written down in my brain dump list, so I won't forget, so I don't have to try and keep remembering and worrying about it, trying to go to sleep, and you're thinking at night and go, I should write that down. Let me know below, again, what category had the most things for you. Was it work stuff? Was it personal stuff? Was it home stuff? And then that way, maybe if those things come up over and over again, we can put things in place to make sure we are taking one small actionable step. We don't have to get it all done in one go. If you are enjoying my 30-day Mindful Messy March challenge, make sure you hit that like button. And if you haven't yet subscribed, make sure you do because you don't want to miss out. So I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, everybody. Bye-bye.